Hi friends, I just wanted to add my 2 cents on something right quick. Hope that's okay. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Due to the recent Idaho 4 case, there has been a lot of talk about a lot of things. I've been going into like eugenics and genes and breakthroughs in these types of things, okay? And again, with a certain person over in Germany, we see this idea of social Darwinism. And it's curious because people will go around calling certain people like modern day certain party words, right? And some you're just like, okay, that doesn't make sense. Like they clearly don't know anything about history or whatever. But okay, anyways, I'm going far off track. Let's get back on track. Social Darwinism is something that I see coming up again and again. It is something that more and more people who don't feel anything are gonna fall into believing. And this isn't always the best thing, right? In a sense, social Darwinism is like survival of the fittest. Listen, I'm no professional. I just went to school for art therapy. That includes psychology, sociology, political science, and all these different things, okay? So I just learned a little bit about like people's behaviors and things like that and why they act the way they do. So social Darwinism, what is it? Essentially, it is like this survival of the fittest type mentality. It is like, the idea of breeding out the sick, breeding out the bad. It is the idea of only the best should profit and survive and thrive, and they will, and the weak will fall to the side, essentially. Why am I talking about it? Why do I think it matters? I think it's because we are going to see, and we are seeing a rise in this social Darwinism belief, even though they're, believed so long ago. And it's interesting because could this go along with the mindset of the incel in a way? Because they think of themselves, some think of themselves as less than, and then there's the whole idea of the Chads. So that also goes into just being more attractive, being more genetically sound, having less ailments. To be honest, when I heard this form of thought process, like when I heard someone bring this up, it just clicked for me. It was like, I don't know, sometimes it feels like you just already know these things, and then someone says it and you're like, yeah, that's a confirmation. I already knew that. Like, yeah. Okay, so anyways, social Darwinism, if it does pick up, it could be, a very interesting situation. We're already living in interesting times. You guys know how I felt about the release of that whole Tyree video. It felt strange to me. It felt like they were building this up. It felt like they wanted people to get out there on the streets and riot. It felt forced. It felt a lot of things. It felt like a lot of things. And my soul aches for that family. It really does. But I'm just here, as always, being like, hey, red flag on the field, red flag on the field. We might have a problem here. We might have something we might need to be concerned about. But that's not all, because I haven't addressed like this whole, could the party house be involved in certain party favors, right? So it's a party house, and a big reason, not only is it the fact that it's like house known to be like the house, right, to go to, but I think it's the way we're finding out more and more about the parents. And I know that this is going to come as a shocker to some, but I'm not here to judge them parents. I'm not here to, be the righteous one and saying, I'm better than them. How dare they do what they do in their life? I just don't have that in me. With the knowledge of their parents and the parents' circumstances, does that change your view at all? Do you think that affects your view at all? For me, genuinely, I'm a little hesitant. This is where I stand, okay? This is where I stand about this. I know that certain channels, like Harsh and them, were speaking about how, it doesn't matter what you look like or what you're wearing or how you act. Like anyone essentially could have this affliction and be partaking. And I agree with that. I do believe that. My only thing is that I think that people in like severe affliction you can tell. You normally have a sense that, okay, this person might be struggling with something. My thoughts on it in the past have only been that these children, they look like they dress nice, they look like they could take care of themselves. I was truly hoping that like maybe they had learned from their parents to not make the same mistakes. So my view on these students were that they were kids who might like partake from time to time, but not the kind that were like all the time doing these things. And if they are, again, who am I to judge? I'm not one to judge, not going to be like, you know, I'm not their parents. I just think there ends up being like a lot of people on certain platforms feeling like their ish don't stink when they got a rap sheet longer than the freaking toilet paper that they used to wipe their bungs, you know? And to each their own. Like, if you got a rap sheet, cool, own it. Own it. Own it. Own it. You know? Social Darwinism, I think it is becoming more of a mindset for a lot of people who are struggling with the idea of proper emotions, how to deal with their emotions, how to cope with their emotions. And here's the thing, someone as smart as this dude, you could have sorted it out, mate. You could have got help. You know. Like, if you're this smart, if you're writing about it as a child, I feel disconnected, I feel da-da-da. Why? It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. You're smart enough to do all this, but not smart enough to go seek guidance or, like, you know, do good in the world. Anyhow, stay awake, stay aware, stay well. I just wanted to put my 2 cents out on that. So love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.